The fist bump. Unlike the handshake, the fist bump doesn't come with strong connotations regarding the relationship of the two active participants. It's a good social tool to use to reduce the level of formality of a relationship, often leading to certain social advantages. You can use it repeatedly over a long time period to turn a stranger into an acquaintance, and you can just use it once at the beginning of a one-time interaction to signal your intention of a more relaxed tone in maybe an otherwise less casual situation, such as a negotiation. But what if you used the fist bump at the very end of a one-time interaction with a stranger as a habit? This is the question that no one asks because it's obvious that a fist bump after a one-time interaction would serve you no purpose if you don't expect to see that person ever again. Yet, our subject in this video, Hernan Cortez, somehow developed the habit of fist bumping everyone he met, even strangers he never intended to see again. But this fist bumping habit was so ingrained in Cortez's mind, he fist bumped in the most awkward situations. Have you ever fist bumped the concierge after being denied a room at a hotel? How about fist bumping a victim of a crime that you just committed? Well, Cortez has done both of these things. Let's break it down. Have you ever fist bumped a dwarf? Well, now you can. In Raid Shadow Legends, the mobile game that has over 80 million downloads. If you're not already playing Raid Shadow Legends, now is a very good time to start, as you can win up to $1,000 in Amazon gift cards simply by completing the Valentine's Day event. And if you are currently a player, you can redeem your Valentine's Day gift by inputting the code STValentines23, and that's in addition to the Season 7 events, including the Titan event and the new Prime Gaming Drop, another addition to a roster of over 700 champions. Raid's newest faction is by far the coolest looking, the Sylvan Watchers. There's loads of character variety in this faction. Some have plants or mushrooms growing off them, while others are literal trees. My favorite has got to be Ruark, who has literal beams embedded into his shield and armor. I'm actually quite impressed by the graphics that managed to squeeze inside this mobile game. These character models look better than most games I've played on PC, and booting up Raid is incredibly fast, making it easy to pick up and put down for the casual player. And that's not to say that Raid is a game for the casual player. There's enough depth in this game to satisfy the hardcore RPG enthusiast. Customization is seemingly endless, from your individual champions to building your team as a whole. And bosses are a real challenge. But perhaps the deepest challenge in Raid Shadow Legends lies in the player versus player arena. If you're like me, you'll get constantly clobbered until you figure out new strategies to nudge the system in your favor. There's so much to do in Raid, and with new updates and new champions every month, there's always going to be something waiting for you in-game. New players should use my link or scan the QR code and get the free starter pack. This is West Bank Event Center. It is a historic meeting place for the citizens of Idaho Falls, dating back to the 1960s. On one March night, Cortez stepped foot on West Bank Event Center property. It was after 3 a.m. and the event security had just left. One employee, though, was still present, and he had just stepped outside to take out the trash when he encountered Cortez. According to this employee, Cortez had approached him asking for money. When the employee claimed that he had no money, Cortez shoved his hand in his jacket pocket, announcing that he had a gun. While he held the employee at maybe gunpoint, Cortez became very paranoid, constantly looking around and rambling. Cortez stated that he was a member of the Bloods from California and that Idaho people are soft. He began questioning the employee as to whether he was also a gang member. Cortez then began making threats about shooting people, claiming to be running around with an armed posse who are waiting in a car nearby. Cortez even claimed to have a sniper positioned on a roof nearby. Fearing for his life, the employee pulled out his wallet and gave Cortez all his cash, $27. Cortez responded by fist bumping the employee and left the West Bank Event Center. He then walked to a nearby hotel where he was turned away due to a policy of not issuing rooms after 3 a.m. Of course, Cortez did remember to fist bump the concierge on the way out. Later, Cortez attempted to rob a man of his bike downtown. The bicyclist refused, to which Cortez just walked away. There may have been a fist bump exchanged as well. Cortez was later apprehended by the police and brought in for questioning.
He's still in handcuffs, too.
Yes. Right here. Hello.
Hello there.
Hey, I'm Detective Stifler with Idaho Police.
Oh, okay.
Hernan? Is that your first name? Hernan?
That's me.
Would you like to get out of the handcuffs?
Sure.
All right. Do you have anything on you I need to know about first?
No, they already.
No guns, knives, anything?
checked me for everything.
Okay, well, just for my safety, I want to do that, just in case. Getting stinking cold outside again, isn't it? What's in there?
My wallet, I think I have a phone.
Phone, wallet, okay. Okay. All right. Okay, all right, he's going to take you out of cuffs. All right. All right, thanks.
Yep.
All right, again, my name is Detective Stifler with the Idaho Police.
Okay.
I just came out
Can I get a
to...
cigarette?
I don't have one right now. Do you have a cigarette with you?
No.
I don't have a cigarette. I don't smoke. None of those guys do
I don't
either.
smoke either.
You just want one for now? Well,
Well, there's some serious allegations, so.
Again, before we start, you're here. You're being detained because of an incident that happened. Okay. You said you agreed to talk. I just wondered if you wanted to read that.
Just trying to clarify.
Notice the logo on the right knee of Cortez's sweatpants. That's the logo of the Chicago Bulls. The 911 call from the robbery victim described Cortez as having worn Chicago Bulls pants at the time of the robbery.
What's going on? That's
Okay.
This.
Well, I will get to that. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is
Do you understand? Did you read it? Do you want to read it out loud?
No, rights.
Yeah.
I have the rights from inside.
Silent. You have. Yeah.
I say it can be.
Used against you in a court of law. You have a right to talk to a lawyer before we talk to you. You have a right to have a lawyer present while we talk to you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, will be appointed to represent you. You can decide at any time to use these rights and not answer questions. It's your Miranda rights. You know what it is. Okay. If you agree to talk, if you can.
I just agree to figure out what's going on.
Yep. All right. Let me just get your. Let's see here. Hernan Cortez. So Hernan's the first name?
Yes, sir.
All right. How long have you been in Idaho?
About just a year.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And from what part of California did you come from?
Northern California.
Northern? Okay. Is that where you're born?
I was born in Orange.
So been here for about a year from Northern California.
Yes, sir.
Well, what was that like?
Say what?
What was Northern California like? What'd you do there?
Worked.
Yeah.
Came here by accident. It wasn't my decision.
Whose decision was that?
The COVID uncontrolled circumstances out of my control. COVID hit. I had my own place, my own vehicle, and
Oh, really?
forced out here because of the pandemic.
Did you come out here for work or?
Yeah, my brother, he was already out here. It's kind of the only option I had. And then
Do you live with him?
I was living with him, but I'm homeless right now.
When did you move out of his house?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. What's his name?
That's not really relevant, I don't think, to anything.
Just talking to you. Yeah. I don't need his name. So you moved out about 2 weeks ago? Okay. Tell me what happened yesterday. Tell me everything that happened yesterday. So where have you been staying? You said homeless?
Homeless, so.
No hotels, no,
Hotels,
nothing like that?
Just, where I can go. Sleeping outside in the cold. Crisis center.
That's where you went to Crisis Center today?
No, today I was trying to get a bed right there at the homeless shelter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you went there. What time did you go to the homeless shelter today?
8 o'clock.
Where were you at before that?
Sleeping outside.
Oh, really? Was it snowing yet?
It started to snow, like right around 8.
Yeah, I woke up to it. I didn't know it was going to snow, so I don't know. So yesterday, can we talk about yesterday? What happened? I don't know you. I know it sounds like you're in hard times right now. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to
You're
say.
here. You're here from California. You don't want to be here from California.
No,
You lived with your brother. You're out. Your brother booted you, I guess, or you just left your brothers.
Didn't work out.
All right, it wasn't working out, so you're on the street. You have no money. You have no job. You have nothing. Sounds like you got a backpack of clothing.
That's all I have.
So tell me what happened yesterday, man.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on, so that's why.
Okay. Well, where were you at last night? Or no, yesterday morning, early in the morning.
Every day seems
midnight.
Every day seems the same nowadays. To be honest, I don't know. It was probably out on the street somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
Crisis center, maybe. I don't know.
Did you try to stay at any hotels?
Hotels.
Yeah. Did you try to get a room anywhere?
So what is this about, man?
Well, you know what it's about.
No, I don't.
Hernan.
Bro.
Well,
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I know. Well,
You're asking
there
all
was.
these questions.
I am.
And I guess I understand based on he's saying something about robbery or something.
Well, somebody said that you got some money from one of the guys, or somebody over there. So I'm trying to see why it happened, how that happened, and try to figure it out and help you out as best I can. Okay? Because I can see that you're in some desperate times here.
I think I just got mental health issues, bro. I don't really know. But
Okay,
every
then
day
what's-
seems the same.
What's your mental health issue?
I have a lot.
Well, I'm a CIT detective, so I can help you with that too.
Severe depression, PTSD.
Okay. When did you get diagnosed with the depression?
They're just symptoms. It's just symptoms that you look for and you know.
Have you ever got diagnosed? Had any treatment?
Never, because they're going to try to put me on medication. And
You don't want the
state
medication.
drugs or whatever, but drugs are drugs.
And you don't want the medication.
And I beat depression before in the past.
Right.
The natural, well, in California, marijuana is legal, so if you smoke weed, you know, I'm good. Beat
Right.
depression. We beatable is the strength of the mind for sure.
What else is going on there mentally? You said depression. What else?
I don't know.
You said PTSD. What's that from?
PTSD, you know, just how you grow up, man. And you see it a lot. It's kind of like Ukraine and Russia, but in your backyard.
How's that? Can you describe that?
Well, just
I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to figure out.
just like Ukraine and Russia. It's like,
So what is-
I said we're not having tanks.
So what war was going on in your backyard that you've seen?
Environment, gang violence. There's no thing in California. Gang violence. I'm not in no gang, but part of the environment, you just become, in a sense, a part of your environment.
What gangs were there?
You know, ranging from Bloods, Crips, Northerners, Southerners, everything in between. Yeah. I mean,
So
you
did
know
you-
this. You
did-
know
well,
this.
no, I know. Yeah. So I would assume that you had friends or something, even if you weren't involved. You could have been involved and got out of it. Who knows?
No,
I mean,
I never was involved.
okay. Did you have friends, family that were part of it?
It's definitely it's around. Definitely grew up not really understanding.
The Bloods,
You
Crips,
think it's normal, and then
right? And you get somewhere else and you see it's not.
Then you start exactly, and you realize that.
Okay. Well, that's what was a worker over there at that West Bank Event Center. It's a roadway in. Said that they were contacted by a guy. Well, there was a guy there. He came out, the guy talked to him and said that, asked him for money, wanted money from him. Said he had a gun, just needs money, but was very nice about it. He was very nice about it, so he ended up giving some money. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for, dude. That's why you're being detained. That's why everything.
Because I'm being accused.
Well, I mean, tell me about it. Tell me about what happened. He described you. We have video.
Yeah,
Everything. Well,
yeah.
so I'm trying to be fair with you and talk to you, man.
So like me checking in at the hotel is pretty much how you were able to, I guess, pull up my name. I don't know. I don't really remember too much that night. Too.
You don't remember that night?
No.
You don't remember any of that? You don't want to talk about that?
It just doesn't ring a bell, to be honest. I mean,
How did you get the last money you had in your pocket?
I had received my last payment from my former employer via direct deposit.
Well, the guy you talked to, the guy that you got the money from, said you talked to him about some of this stuff.
I'm not sure. You talked to him about what?
About being from California, being a blood. Just the stuff that you just told me. But you just told me, Northern California, blood. He said the exact same thing. How could he know the stuff that you did? He described you. He described you down to your nice bright white shoes, everything. We have video. I just want to, just trying to be open with you about this stuff, man. And it's just...
Well, I'm not in no games.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know if you are or not. I'm just saying what the guy said. It matches what you just said to me. Your description matches everything. So we don't know you. I don't know you. You're new to the area. I don't know if you're a terrible person or a guy that's just down and out. So this is the time that I'm giving you, man. I want to be fair to you, So just tell me what happened, and then maybe we can help you.
The only way this system can be fair to someone based on my observation if you have money. Because you can afford attorneys.
Well, we have public defenders.
Yeah,
you're gonna get an attorney.
AKA public pretenders, bro. They probably eat lunch with. Come on, bro. Like this is a known thing. I mean, there's a lot of examples of the judicial system. I can point to that fairness. You're talking about fairness, but at the end of the day, bro, it's like in the judicial system, the only way what's fair is basically money. If you have money, then your circumstances could look a lot better.
Cortez's statements on the judicial system reveal a piece of his psyche, showing that he seems to believe that the world is fixed against people such as him. But they also show his misunderstanding of the law, such as through his use of the non-word public pretender, implying that Cortez might not know that a public defender is a free legal option for him. The detective wants to sidestep such talk as it borders on legal advice, which he is not allowed to give.
You don't.
Right. No, that's fair.
Really,
sure.
There's a public pretender, probably different, whatever you want to call them. They're just there, paid by the tax. And that's what amazes me, because if you're working, your tax dollars are actually funding this attorney, but they don't look at it that way. They look at it just it's appointed because you don't have any money. So the defense aspect of it doesn't really seem to.
I get what you're saying. But what happened. I mean, so that regardless of the public defender, or if you have money or not, I just want to get past this. Just want to know why that happened, just what happened, why it happened, because I don't want you, I don't know. I want you to get as fair of a shot as anybody, honestly.
How does that look like?
Well, again, I mean, if think about it, if you don't know me and you have just a piece of paper to go on and what somebody else said about you and it happened, everything matches up, but I didn't hear, but you didn't hear from me, you can only make your decision off of this stuff, right? But if you have all of this information and you have my reasoning about what happened, like, you know what, they had a guy was honest with me. He seems honest. Seemed like he was in a bad way. Look, it got bad. It's snowing outside. Blah 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 blah. All these stressors that are happening. You know, he's talking about his PTSD, his mental health issues. There's a lot of stressors there. It sounds like. That makes me understand a little more and be a little more sympathetic, and then now I can figure out, because how it is. For every action, there's a reaction. You know, for every decision we make, there's a consequence, good or bad, for whatever we do. So now I can, you can sit and decide, hey, okay, what is best for this situation and for helping him? Because he gave me all this information. If you don't have that information, you just got to go on what you can assume. So that's it. There's nothing secret about this.
It's funny how you mentioned sympathetic, bro, but like it's the judge that decides, not you, bro. So like, it's almost felt like
that's not true.
Like you just sounds you're wrapping all this up in a nice, pretty bow, but the reality is, bro, like the judge doesn't decide based on whatever.
Well, what's going to happen is the officer decides. Then it goes to the prosecutor. Prosecuting attorney, he looks at the case and then he decides. The judges don't make up stuff that the prosecuting attorney doesn't. They don't add stuff or whatnot. The prosecuting attorney is the one who's like, okay, well, this is the relevant charge. This is what happens. And then if it goes in front of a judge, it can either go in front of a judge or a jury. It's either that judge or 12 people from society here listening to what happened. That can be who makes the actual real decisions on what happens. You know what I mean? But we got it. We kind of know, you and why. Tell me your story. What the heck is going on? I mean, I already got some of it, and it sounds rough. I wouldn't want to be in Idaho, freaking homeless at this time of year, any time of year, basically.
Yeah.
It's tough. Sounds like you've been around town looking for jobs. Had people call in, talk about the jobs you were looking for. So you're trying to work.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That stuff's good. I give you a lot of credit for that. A lot of people don't want to work. So it's good to meet somebody that actually wants to provide for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see, you couldn't give me a cigarette?
Not right now.
I don't know, maybe I might feel more friendly to talking to go. Like,
You're bribing me with a cigarette. I'm joking. I don't know anybody
I don't
that
even
smokes.
smoke, bro.
I know, but I don't know anybody that smokes. That's my problem. I don't want to run down into the store and buy a freaking $8 pack of smokes just to give you one. I don't have $8 on me, so I think that's how much they cost now. I don't either.
I don't even smoke. So
well, then, this is a terrible time to start. Got your water. Get your candy bar. That's about the only other thing we have in this building, I think, or a soda.
I don't even like sugar.
Yeah, good for you.
All right, so what's gonna happen? You're gonna detain
I just
me?
need you are detained. Listen, you are detained. This is we have the information. We just want to know what was going on. You know what I mean? I need you to just tell me what's going on, why things happen, what happened, and why things happened. I want to know why they happened too.
If I had like a lawyer, if I had a lot of money, I would just have an attorney speak on my behalf, because I feel like these interrogations are meant to tie you up sometimes. Because unless you're experienced in the system, then you kind of know how to navigate yourself. But
yeah, I know.
I don't have enough experience where I feel confident in moving forward talking to you.
So what does that mean? What are you trying to say?
I'm never done here.
You don't want to talk?
There's nothing to talk about.
Okay. All right. Give me a little bit. So we're going to get all right. Just give me a little bit. So I'm going to. It's going to take a little while because I'm going to get a search warrant for your backpack there. very clothing, tie that together with what happened. You know, all the descriptions, all the videos will get you charged up and taken over to Bonneville County Jail for robbery, all right? All right, we'll be back.
Ultimately, Cortez got 2 to 10 years behind bars.
This guy's pop-offs are pretty good. Hey. The Minks, they're gonna fuck each other next. That shit advanced? I've never seen a relationship advance that quickly in my entire life. Did you see that? Fist shake, handshake, fucking turn into a hug, and someone's pregnant.